Channel, another video I wanted to make in general. Again, we're going to be using Noah as an example from Ahmed al-Maghribi. Is that this argument we hear that if you want to test a perfume, you need at least a 5 ml. You need at least 5 ml or more. That's not entirely true, nor is it entirely feasible, to be honest, in some cases. Now, if you're buying something like, depending on the vendor that you're buying from, even 2 ml samples can cost as much as a complete Schmoop perfume. So let's say a Schmoop goes up to $50, or perhaps even in some cases slightly more, slightly less. 2 mls can cost like half or 3/4 of that cost in some cases. Yeah, it's crazy. It is, especially when you try and buy these exclusive, high priced, high value or really niche Middle Eastern perfume samples. They can cost like 25, 30 American dollars, believe it or not, which translates to like 50 Australian. That's a lot for a sample, which is going to be done for a sample. So imagine you even think about getting like a 5 ml sample and you may not even like it. So it's not really economical. And those guys who say that you need like a 5 ml sample, overprivileged possibly, or don't know what they're talking about, to be quite honest. Now, I have gotten 5 ml samples economically as well. Like this is a 5 ml sample, just to give you an example, compared to 2 ml one. This is Wisal Lale, and this is from Splash Perfumes. They're quite economical. They're from India and very trustable. A really great company to get samples as well. 5 ml does actually make a huge difference. Now I've been using this quite a bit as well to try and see whether I gravitate towards the floral, slightly oud but not really oud-esque sort of smell, and the jury's out on that. So we'll come back to that at some other point. But you can see, even though I put a dent in it, there's still enough. So yeah, if everything were ideal, in this world, and you would get these kind of samples for very economical prices, then yeah, makes sense to buy big samples. Then you can test it much more extensively. But to be honest, I still encourage folks to try and get samples of this size when you can't afford it. Find vendors that do samples for cheap prices. Honestly, it's quite a scam online, the kind of prices folks are being made to pay on these popular sample sites. This is why I appreciate a vendor like Moon Perfume so much, because these are very cheap. We pay the price in dirhams, and if you earn in money in dollars and the like, it becomes even cheaper, if that makes sense. And I did the math as well. Like, for example, even this I bought, this is Ibrahim Al-Qurashi's Blue Diamond Aqua. I did the math on like a full 200 ml bottle, how much it's going for even in the UAE and in the West, and did the math on like you take the 30 ml out of that and then add a small markup. That's it seemed that this price that they're selling this for is quite reasonable. I really love the idea of buying like 30 ml decants of the perfumes I sort of gravitate towards, because I don't want to sell. How many times has it happened that you've got a perfume that you thought, oh, I really love this, but 1/3 of the way through you're like, yeah, I'm not so much loving that. So this is really an awesome option to get something if you don't really love the whole idea of getting the actual bottle and making it part of your collection and showcasing that and stuff, which I'm not really a big fan of anyway. I just like the juice. Then and these have great sprays as well, so why not, just to show you. That's pretty decent, to be honest. So if you don't mind any of that and you just want the juice and you want to try, oh, that's so beautiful, subhanallah, and you just want to try a significant amount of juice without commitment of having the full bottle, companies like Moon Perfume that sell this are a good deal. Now I hope that I can find, and there are a lot more companies come out there that make their decants available in like these kind of sizes for reasonable prices, like we have for Moon Perfumes. Because this is absolutely something I recommend to anyone. Not when I say this, I mean not just the juice, but this model of selling things for a reasonable price, very high quality bottles and atomizers as well, and being reasonable in your price, because that's how you get loyalty and build a reputation, I think. So shout out to Moon Perfumes, quite honestly, because they are they are killing it as far as the service and the quality is concerned. So this is not a sponsored video. Nobody's paying me to say any of this stuff. I'm just calling out what's good, and you got to call out what's good, to be honest. That's it.